Welcome back. Days after a clear mandate for the Mahayuti in the Maharashtra Assembly polls, the next Chief Minister remains undecided. Last night, Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis, Ajit Pawar and BJP President JP Nadda met Home Minister Amit Shah in Delhi. This late-night meeting, and this picture you see on screens is particularly telling, failed to reach a consensus, and now outgoing Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has hinted at another meeting which will be held in Mumbai. However, a key Mahayuti meeting that was planned for today in Mumbai has been called off after Eknath Shinde left for his hometown. Now, according to sources, Amit Shah has also earlier discussed the pros and cons of making Fadnavis as Chief Minister with senior BJP leader Vinod Tavde. Meanwhile, key portfolios are also being finalized in the state cabinet. The BJP is likely to retain the Home and Revenue departments, which Ajit Pawar pushing to keep finance. Caretaker Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is demanding to oversee the urban development as power sharing talks continue. However, seeing the impressive performance of the BJP as compared to its allies, it's unlikely to give away those plum portfolios.
आम्ही तिघही होतो, मी होतो, देवेंद्रजी होते, अजितदादा होते. बैठक अतिशय सकारात्मक झालेली आहे आणि पुन्हा उद्याही बैठक होईल. ची भूमिका काल मी जाहीर केली की महायुतीच्या मुख्यमंत्री पदाच्या उमेदवाराला शिवसेनेचा पाठिंबा कालच मी दिलेला आहे. त्यामुळे तो डेडलॉक संपलेला आहे.
आज निर्णय झाला
नाही. आता ते त्यांचं विधान मंडळाचं नेता निवडीची बैठक होईल ना, त्यानंतर पुढची. आमच्यामध्ये पूर्णपणे समन्वय आहे, सकारात्मक आम्ही सगळे आहोत आणि आम्हाला राज्यातल्या जनतेने जे अतिशय क्लिअर कट मॅन्डेट दिलेले आहे त्यांचा आदर आम्ही करतोय आणि लवकरच सरकार स्थापन करू.
Let me go across to veteran journalist Dr. Uday Nirgudkar, who is joining me live at this point. Dr. Nirgudkar, so far, all the statements that we have heard from Mr. Fadnavis, from Mr. And we are also being joined by Anurag Chaturvedi, also the two senior journalists joining me. Dr. Uday, coming to you first. So far, the statements that we have seen from Eknath Shinde, along with other leaders of Mahayuti, they've all stuck to the script. There's no problem. We'll be fine with whatever decision the top high command takes and whatever decision is taken by the BJP top brass. But the actions don't really match up, because tomorrow is going to be 1 week since the election results came out. We were expecting a meeting of the Mahayuti today, as was heavily hinted by Mr. Shinde yesterday. But now he has left for his hometown, which means that this is not going to get resolved within this weekend. Do you see something else happening behind the scenes, or you think that it's still, all is well within the Mahayuti camp?
Like after any result, there will be a lot of give and take, there will be exchange, there will be options which are sorted out. Here, there are three parties, and three parties, they know that what is it at stake. And this is where the change of guard, in the sense the change of CM is going to happen, though the same parties are elected back. So obviously, there will be a lot of discussions, a lot of arguments, a lot of facts put it in front of each other. So if not this, then what happens that? If that happens, then I will have this trouble. If that happens, I will have this trouble. All that kind of discussion is bound to happen, which is, I'm not surprised by that. I have seen it in umpteen number of states in the country. At this point of time, there are three facts which are established. One, it is very clear that now Devendra Fadnavis is going to be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. That is endorsed. That's number one. Number two, the said ceremony can happen somewhere around 2nd of December, or at the most 3rd December. That's also certain. Eknath Shinde group is certainly going to be a part of it. That's also very certain. Now the portfolios are going to be discussed at tooth and nail. See, because what has happened is that when you have such large number of people getting elected, and most importantly, many of them have been elected 3-4 times. Some of them have been ministers currently. And now that group is not going to get that many number of berths in the cabinet. So who is going to lose? So obviously each one who is in the cabinet currently is going to put pressure. And he's going to put pressure and say that don't let my portfolio go. So that's going to create enormous tension on the political negotiations. And that's why I think the one more meeting is being scheduled. And why the reason here has gone to his village, when I spoke to his near ones and dear ones, is that unless the CLP leader of BJP is declared, there is no point in having a Mahayuti meeting. So once that happens, it will. Some of the people have also quoted के अमावस है अगले 2 दिन में, तो अमावस के दिन हम बातचीत नहीं करेंगे. That kind of thing is also being discussed. But I'm sure amidst all this, it will be sorted out.
I mean, it may be sorted out, but I'm sure, Dr. Uday, even you will agree with me saying that these are classic stalling tactics at this point, which are going on in Maharashtra. Yes,
of course,
you may think that they are par for the course, but what we are seeing is stalling tactics going on for the past, over the next 2 days. Anurag Chaturvedi, would you agree with that view put out by Dr. Uday that yes, these are teething issues that will be expected given the fact that the alliance has come back with such a grand majority here, and so obviously there will be many claimants to the spoils of victory?
Hello?
Anurag Chaturvedi, can you hear me, sir?
Hello? Hello?
Mr. Chaturvedi, the question is to you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
No, can't hear.
All right, we'll try and restore that connection with Mr. Chaturvedi. Let me go back to Dr. Uday. Then, Dr. Uday, then does the scale of BJP victory does complicate matters? Because at the end of the day, it severely cuts down the bargaining power of both the Ajit Pawar faction and the Eknath Shinde faction, because BJP has twice more MLAs than the other two parties individually, which is why when you point out that for it to be anywhere close to proportionate representation as to what happened before will not be the same, given the fact that BJP is twice, at least more than twice the number of MLAs who will have to be accommodated within the cabinet, and that further complicates situations. Because if an Ajit Pawar comes out and says that, okay, you're not giving me the chief minister's position, at least give me plum portfolios, even that might also be eyed by senior BJP leaders within the cabinet.
You hit it on the nail. There are some 8 portfolios which everybody is looking for. It could be home, finance, it could be PWD, urban development, power ministry, industry. These are some of the plum portfolios which every group would love to have. But the bigger issue is within the BJP, in my opinion. Because with 130 plus seats getting elected, and some of them have been elected on the 4th time successively, they would be putting an enormous pressure that perhaps this is my last tenure and you need to give me a portfolio. And for this development of my area, you need to have this negotiated with me. Now, that is going to be a big problem for BJP, more than the external negotiations. It is this internal pressure that is also going to create a lot of unpleasantness within the party. Though nobody will say it openly at this point of time, but I'm sure the aspirants, their lobbyists, everybody is at work 24/7 at this point of time, because yahi mauka hai, sahi mauka hai, is what they would be thinking about.
Okay. All right, let me try one last time with Anurag Chaturvedi. Sir, can you hear me to begin with?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you.
Yes, great to have you on the show, sir. My first question is, what do you make of the developments that are happening in Maharashtra, especially the last 24 hours? We saw the Mahayuti leaders meeting the BJP top brass in Delhi. The indication was that there has to be at least one more meeting of the Mahayuti leadership, presumably in Mumbai, presumably today before a final decision is announced. But now we understand that Mr. Eknath Shinde has left for his hometown, which means no such meeting will happen during the weekend.
Yeah, you are right. I think all is not well in the Mahayuti. Mahayuti is facing some problems, which I remember what happened with Uddhav Thackeray also. So they will not do the same mistakes, or they won't commit the same mistakes. And they should, I think 1 week has passed, and they should hurry up to form the government, because they have announced, I think 2nd December is the deadline when the new chief minister is going to signing it. So the problem is threefold. One is that who is going to be the chief minister. The BJP hasn't decided yet. That is the BJP's call now. and the Shinde is now has gone to Vanvas kind of thing, or he has gone to his hometown. So Shinde is unhappy. He won't. He's not ready to become deputy CM, and Ajit Pawar is still taking sides, and not a very. He's demanding more about the finance ministry. His target or his choice will be the, or his problem will be more with the ministry, plum ministries, and but Shinde is a new problem for BJP. BJP has to resolve, and still I think the Devendra Fadnavis is not confirmed from my sources. Chandrakant Patil or Vinod Taude are still in the race because Modi and Shah, they are for these new phases like in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh. So they always think out of box. So whatever we predict and we say this is from our sources, in this Modi Shah regime, they are innovative, they are different. So they may go for new phase. And Shinde, in that case, he has to realize that his term is over, his innings is over. He has to play second fiddle kind of thing with the
No, so it's
in the setup.
Anuragji, you're making a very important point. You're saying that, contrary to what Dr. Uday is insisting, you're saying that it's not a given that Devendra Fadnavis will be the chief minister pick even from the BJP. Is it because at the end of the day, the BJP is very aware also of the Maratha vote bank and the Maratha support that Eknath Shinde has, and it is very wary about alienating that vote bank just ahead of the local body elections that, if I'm not mistaken, is scheduled for February?
Yeah, because Shinde has a very important card with him about BMC and local bodies elections. He says that his presence will make difference with Uddhav Thackeray. If he's on the one side and if he's the chief minister, then it will be easy to tame down the Shiv Sena. But BJP is in two minds. BJP wants to not repeat the Nitish Kumar or Eknath Shinde first term kind of experiment. They want to go, but BJP inside the BJP, now they may go for the Maratha phase or the, say like Vinod Taude or even Chandrakant Patil, they may be the faces. So BJP, I think this is more, the first step is the problem within the BJP. Then the second is the Mahayuti problem, how to pacify Mr. Eknath Shinde, who is not ready, because he is also saying that before election there was understanding that he is going to be the chief minister. So same kind of situation what happened in 2019 with Uddhav Thackeray. So Shinde feeling little bit sad, or if you see the photograph Shinde appearing in social media and the news, in your television also, he is looking sad that all is lost. So this is not a good optics for any government to begin, and they should resolve the problems, and they are so powerful, they are so majority with them, they should resolve the problems.
Dr. Uday respond to that, because I've not been able to, since we had initial connections problems with you connecting Anurag Chaturvedi, I have not had the opportunity to get Dr. Uday to go against you face off in a debate. But Dr. Uday, I'll let you respond very quickly to what the points Anurag Chaturvedi has been making, and then I'll move on.
Yeah. 2 points is that if BJP wants to have anybody else apart from Devendra Fadnavis, it's a point to think that will they choose third Maratha? Because there will be already 2 Marathas who will be deputy CM. Be it Eknath Shinde or Ajit Pawar. Will they elect another?
But then it's possible Eknath Shinde doesn't become deputy CM. He goes on to the union cabinet, Udayji.
Yes.
And then somebody else from the Shinde faction becomes deputy CM. It's possible that neither Fadnavis or Shinde are in the...
Yeah, that's possibility which is being discussed. But in such case, if BJP is not to elect Devendra Fadnavis as their CM face, there will be lot of disgruntledness amongst the cadre in Maharashtra. Number one. Number two, unlike Gujarat and Rajasthan, he has been a strong contender for that post, who has made such stupendous victory. Number three is that if they have to choose, they will choose going for an OBC face. because this election, OBC
Okay.
has stood by BJP tremendously. Never seen before that kind of
All right.
situation at this point of time. Obviously, there
So
will be
there's
a
still a
tension.
lot of calculations that do need to be made. And if
Of
my
course, there will
assessment
be.
is correct, this is not a done picture. This is not a done picture, and we would like to discuss this more in prime time today as well with both of you gentlemen. Thank you so much, Dr. Nirgudkar and Anurag Chaturvedi, for joining me with
Thank
those
you.
quick
Thanks a lot.
insights as well. Quickly
Yeah.
moving on to breaking news coming in.